Hey everybody, it's Vince from Spradley here in Pueblo, Colorado, and today I'm going to be showing you the 2021 EX EV Premium Kia Niro. This guy is a full electric vehicle. This is one of our EV models, and I have not done a video on the Niro or the EV, so no time like the present to get one done. If you are new to my channel, please like and subscribe. It does help me out, and I am trying to get to 400 subscribers by the end of October. So if you like what you see and you want to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe. So this video is going to mainly just show you kind of the inside, the outside, kind of the everyday working features of the Kia Niro. I'm not going to go too in depth on like battery power and stuff like that, but I will show you kind of the basics if you wanted to go into an EV, why this one is a really good choice. So kind of starting out from the front, you kind of see Kia's grille, that it's not the tiger nose grille or the tiger eye lights, but you do see the LED lights and the fog lamps here on the side. One really cool thing that I like about these EVs is that you have the blue trims. That's how you kind of know it is an EV model. And then you have this diamond kind of grille here, which is, of a plastic. It's not like the other grills on the gas ones. I mean, it's solid. There's no air to get in there. You don't have a combustible engine, so you really don't need that. You do have the charging port right here. That's where the charging flap would be. Well, not would be, is. You just pop it, and then you have it right there. If the car is locked, this box is locked. That way nobody can get in there. And then again, you have your daytime running lights right here, your LED headlamps, and then your fog lamps right there as well. This guy is the premium model, so it is the top of the line when it comes to the EVs, and it does come with the Michelin tires. You have your turn signal lights right there on the mirror, which are pretty cool. This one is in the Aurora Black with the charcoal interior, so you do have that nice black color. Coming around to the back, you have your little lights on both sides, not a cross bar for lights as they do in the 2022s. The 2022 Niros are not out yet. This is one of our last 2021s, but hopefully we'll get some 2022s in soon. But you do have the badging there on the left that say Niro, and then the Eco Electric there on the right. You do have your windshield wiper here in the back, which is controllable from the driver's panel. And then you do have this lip, which is really cool right here. That way the rain doesn't you don't get a lot of wash back there. And go ahead and pop the trunk. Pretty easy. There is your electric charging cable right here. So it's basically a glorified cell phone. You just you plug that into the wall, plug it into your car, and then it gets to charging. You can buy a level 2 charging cable, which will charge the vehicle in half the time, which is pretty cool. If you're going to be doing that, I would strongly recommend. If you're going to be purchasing the Niro and having it at home, using it as your daily driver, I would strongly recommend a level 2 charging cord. That way, you could charge your car in about half the time. This model here, well, it's an accessory, but this guy does come with the sunshade, which is kind of cool. Kind of protect your valuables right there. People can't be peeking in, seeing what you got. And then underneath, you have your hidden cubby space. Not too shabby. These back seats do fold down flat, and that's what these handlebars are right here. So when you pull those and push the seat forward, they do go down flat. Get a little peek of what it looks like over the shoulder. And then just coming around to the other side, kind of the same as the front facade. Little nice side profile there. All right, so let's take a look at the inside, because the inside is where you're going to be spending probably the majority of your time. Kind of just simply close that. Pretty easy. You could do it one-handed. Back seat. So right away you do see it's very, very roomy. Let's see if we can get you out of the sun though. You have this Niro badging on the skid plate there, sill plate. You have the blue stitching in the car, which again kind of give you that hybrid electric feel, kind of saving the environment. It's kind of the lighter blue colors. So our hybrids and our EVs have that color stitching. Not on all trims, but definitely on a lot of them. You have your rear vents right here, so you can control your rear vent airflow. You have a nice armrest right here, and then also the cup holders. And this guy does go right back up into the seat. So you have multiple cup holders in this car. You have the two that I just showed you in the rest. You have cup holders in the door right there. You have cup holders in the door up front right there. And then in this cubby right there, which I'll show you in a second, you have cup holders there as well. You have plenty of headroom, which is really good. You have your back lights. You can see the this model here does have the sunroof, the moonroof. And then you have your handle here that you can hold on to with your garment hook. So if you are going to be carrying garments, you have that. But yeah, very roomy back here, very comfortable. I have plenty of knee space. I'm 5'10", plenty of room between the driver, and if I'm not mistaken, I have this seat pretty far back. When it comes to the headrest for Kia, there is a button here on the side that you can press, and these headrests can go up or down, which some people find very useful. I get that question actually a lot more than I thought I would, is, hey, do these headrests move? Do they go up? Do they go down? Do they tilt? All that kind of stuff. So kind of a couple of tech specs here just on the window sticker. One, the price, MSRP is what, a little over 47,155. This guy does have the 64 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery, the 150 kilowatt electric motor, and a 7.2 kilowatt onboard charger. This guy also does have the heated package, so it has the cold weather package, so it has a battery heater, heat pump, heated steering wheel. We're here in Colorado, so if you are in the colder climates, you definitely want to take a look at the cold weather package. So kind of my favorite part of the car is the front driver. Just kind of starting from left to right, you have your window controls, your door controls for lock, unlock. You have the mirrors that you can adjust, and then you have the button here to adjust the mirrors. Like if you're parking in a garage, you can press this button here. You could fold the mirrors up, fold them down. They also fold up when the car is locked. You do have right here the lane keep assist, blind spot detector. You have the ports for locking your charging port, which is really cool. So if you're like going to lunch or something and you want to leave it on a public charger, you can make sure those ports stay locked, and then your illumination button right there. On the driver's seat, you do have the electronic seats, which are insanely helpful. People love electronic seats. And I'm going to hop in real quick. Got the key in my pocket, and I am just going to press my foot on the brake and press the button. This car is insanely quiet, so you don't hear a thing. This is on. I'm going to turn some AC on. Not too loud though. But here is your instrument cluster. So again, full electric vehicle. So you have your battery charging levels there on the left. You have your range, miles till empty, right there in the left circle, 84 miles. You have your charging gauge. It'll tell you, how it's charging. And then what I really like is the energy flow. So I like to see how my energy is being used. I don't drive one personally, but when I show this car, I think it's just a fun cluster to have, it kind of shows you in real time where that energy is coming from. And then you have your miles per hour there on the right hand side. So this vehicle does use regenerative braking in order to charge the battery as well. So you have these paddle shifters here that you can help control the regenerative braking on the car to recharge that battery while you're driving. Then you do have your lights you can set to auto. Quietly one of my favorite features. I don't really like to mess with my lights. Haven't messed with my lights in 2 years just because I like that auto light feature. Right down here you have your controls on your steering wheel, so you can control your music, your volume, your Siri or Android Auto virtual assistant right there. Pretty neat. Then you have your cruise control on this side, and then you have adaptive cruise control right there. So you can set like miles per hour, and you can also set the car length. So if you wanted someone to be if you want to stay 3 car lengths behind a vehicle, you can set it to 3, and then you'll always stay 3 car lengths behind. If they do 100, you do 100. If they do 10 miles an hour, you will do 10 miles an hour. I really do love this big, beautiful touch screen here. I'm pretty big on that kind of stuff. You can just swipe it towards the driver, and then you have all these different options here. Built-in navigation, Bluetooth, like I said, Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. You have voice memos, HD radio, the climate screen you can press, which will take you into how you want your climate. Pretty nifty. Little arrow takes you back, little house takes you to the main screen. So I just want to go back a step. Sounds of nature, which are Kia's kind of new thing in the last 2 years. I don't really understand open air cafe, why someone would drive to that, but it's an option. But you have rainy day, forest, and then again you have an EV button right here. So EV is going to take you into a couple of things. You can manage your charging time, so you can set time limits. Tells you your energy information, how your eco driving is affecting the environment. It shows you charging ports here in the navigation, kind of help you find a charging port. And then you have your EV settings, which you can manipulate these a couple different ways. Obviously winter mode, make sure you, like I was saying, engage those heaters. Or here's a range warning, so it'll tell you if you're not going to make it, if you have not enough charge to make it. So kind of cool there. UVO, this guy does come with Kia's UVO system, which is pretty neat. So you would be able to manage your charging on Kia's app. You have the roadside assistance, you have 5-year 60 roadside, which if you don't want to carry the roadside number with you, you can just go into here, press that button. If you had your phone connected, it would call roadside assistance, which is pretty cool. UVO settings. One of my favorite settings, which are often overlooked, is 911 Connect. So if 911 Connect is active, which I just activated there, if your airbags deploy and you are in your vehicle, obviously, and your phone's connected, the phone should call 911 for you. Obviously, if the computer's compromised, if something's going on, it may not do it. But 9 times out of 10, pretty healthy amount of percentage there, it should call 911 for you, which is pretty nifty. I think that's actually a really, really good feature. But there are dozens and dozens of settings that you can play around with in here that I'm not going to have time to go into all of it, even with a 20-minute video or so. You do have profiles right here, so you can change profiles. You have 2 different profiles and a guest. So if you had multiple people driving the car and you guys wanted to be different, you can. You have different profiles there. One thing I should point out is right there on the dash, you have, I don't know how well you can see it in the sun, you have little indicator lights right there, so you can see how your vehicle is charging and the status of it from the outside. So let's say, like I said, if you were parking for lunch and you had your car charging somewhere, you can kind of peek in the windshield and see what its charging status is. Pretty cool there. So if for any reason you don't like the touchscreen, if you're not a touchscreen person, you do have your physical buttons right here across, so you can go right to the map. Show you right there, or you can go right to the radio or the media, all that good stuff. Yep, that's static. That's Kia's new software update that has your radio looking kind of like this. So when you have your radio open, I should point out your buttons to change are right here on the left. You can go AM, FM, Sirius, all that good stuff. I don't want to play any music because I don't want to get copyrighted, so that's kind of my thing. So I'm just gonna not do that. One thing I really like about these EVs and the hybrids is you have driver only, so it's one way to minimize power. So, well, maximize power, not minimize power too. But you press driver only, then it's now only blowing air through the driver vents. So you're on that side where it's only being controlled by the driver. You have your climate all right here as well. So you have, your directionals where you want it to go. AC, obviously, defrosters right there. You got your little EV button right here, which will take you back, like I said, to your EV status. Pretty cool. If you don't like the touchscreen, you have the physical buttons down there. This guy is the top of the line model, so you have all the bells and whistles in this guy. You have a wireless phone charger in this shelf that goes pretty deep back. You also have a 12-volt port, a USB port, and then a phone charging port as well, so another USB. Pretty nifty. Down here you have the dial for your shifter. Let me just switch hands here. So you have, you're in park, drive, neutral, reverse. You just put your foot on the brake and this just change how you want to go. Throw myself in reverse. That's what the screen turns into. So you're actually kind of beeping now, so people know you're backing out. And then take a look at where the energy flow is going here on this screen. So it's sending power to the wheels. Not too shabby. Go into neutral. Nothing really special happens. Go into drive. There you go. Now to press park, all you do is press the little button there, and now you're parked. Couple of cool features here. You have air conditioned seats. You have heated seats. You have heated steering wheel. You have your forward parking sensors, which should be on. Anytime you have a light indicator, that means it's on. So on the heated and cooled seats, you have high, medium, and low, and then turning off the heater there. But your forward parking sensors, I'd strongly recommend being on. And then you have your different drive modes. So when I touch drive modes, you should see it change right there. So you can go into eco, normal, or sport. Obviously I'm a fan of eco because this is an EV vehicle. You have your electronic parking brake there and auto hold. Auto hold is quietly a feature I use every day. I know I've been saying that a lot in this video. I know quietly my favorite feature, quietly this. It's an unsung feature where I think if people used it more, they would like it a lot more. So let's say, oops, switching hands again. Let's say I go into drive and I kind of roll forward and I'm stopped. So I use this a lot at drive-thrus or picking up my kid from practice. So I put my foot all the way down on the brake and then I press auto hold right there. Press auto hold. See it kind of pop up right there underneath eco. Now I could take my feet off the pedals. So my feet are completely off the pedals. I can just relax. And if you're in a long drive-through line, or if you're, like you said, you're just waiting for somebody, that's a way that you can just do that. And then when I'm ready to go, all I do is put my foot on the accelerator and I go. Instantaneous. So you don't got to worry about that. Instantaneous. Actually, I'm going to put my foot down again on auto hold and I'm back. So when you're in the same cycle, the same ignition cycle. So you haven't turned the car off yet, but you've already used auto hold. You can press auto hold. You can put your foot all the way down on the brake again, and auto hold will engage. So that's kind of cool. Lastly, kind of here in the features department, you have this little shelf that opens up, and then your cup holders are underneath. Kind of cool. And then you have your another USB port in there in your cubby space. So one thing that's really cool is, I don't know if you can see the light diamond interior right there. So that's kind of this. The EVs have a diamond design, so you're gonna see diamonds a lot with Kia EVs. That's just something that Kia really likes to do, and I'm a fan of it. I like it a lot myself. I'm gonna go ahead. Well, I don't need my seatbelt on. I'm just gonna drive this guy right up to the front of the lot. Typically I try and post once a week, but honestly we have not had any inventory stay on the lot long enough for me to post. I've been saying that for a couple of videos now, and it's getting worse and worse. I think I'm down to 2 Niros, 1 Stinger, and a Soul, and I already took a video of that Stinger. And the Souls, well, they're not exactly the most popular cars to take videos of. Nobody really watches them, but I am down to not a lot of new inventory. We've even put some of our certified pre-owned vehicles where our new vehicles should go, just so it makes the lot look full. And that doesn't mean we're not selling. I mean, this month's not my best month, I'm not gonna lie, but we have a lot of where we're selling things right as they're coming off the truck. So it's not one of those things where it's the inventory is not waiting on the lot at all. If you're in the market for a vehicle right now, and the way the inventory is going, and the chip shortage, and 5 other different reasons why there's no inventory, that is something you got to jump on, because cars are not waiting around right now. But I just want to thank everybody for watching. I do like doing these videos, and again, like and subscribe if you like what you see. If you've made it this far, when you turn the car off, you kind of get that little sound. And again, thanks guys, and I will see you guys down at the dealership.